All right, everyone. Welcome to this last video in the Unit 6 review series. This is the most tricky concept, and so it will probably be the longest video. This is how do you find the missing side when you have a right triangle using trigonometry. So let's say the problem was figure out the length of B. We want to figure out how long is the side B at the bottom. Well, as always, the first thing you should do when you have one of these is label the sides. So we know what angle we have, right? We've got this 37-degree angle. We know the hypotenuse is going to be the side opposite the right angle. We know the opposite side is going to be the side opposite the angle. So that's over here because it's opposite the 37-degree angle. And the adjacent side is the side next to the angle in between the angle we're talking about and the right angle. So there we go. We've labeled all the sides. Next step, which sides do we care about? Well, in this one, there's really two sides we care about. We care about B, that's what we're trying to figure out. We need to make sure we include B, the adjacent side. And if we're choosing between the opposite and the hypotenuse, we're going to choose the hypotenuse because we don't have any information about the opposite. We could figure it out later if we wanted to, but we don't want to. We want to figure out what is the hypotenuse. So these are the two sides we're looking at, 36 inches for the hypotenuse and B for the adjacent side. Now we have to ask ourselves, all right, which trigonometric ratio do we need to use? And this is where you'd pull up a list and look at sine, cosine, and tangent, which one has the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So if you remember, sine is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. This is not what we're going to choose because we don't care about the opposite side. We care about the adjacent side and the hypotenuse. Cosine is equal to the adjacent side, and again, you can find this in your notes, you don't need to memorize it, divided by the hypotenuse. This looks much better for us. It's got the adjacent and the hypotenuse, so this is what we are going to pick. Once we have that, and we've decided we don't care about the sine, we care about the cosine, we're going to just substitute in the numbers we have. So cosine of an angle, what is the angle? 37 degrees, equals the adjacent side, that's B, divided by the hypotenuse, that's 36. Now this is just a complex algebra problem. So first step, cosine of 37 degrees. We can actually figure that out using a calculator. So I'm taking up my phone right now. I'm just Googling cosine 37 degrees. Make sure you include the degrees because if you don't, you might not get the right answer. Sometimes Google does a different unit. So I got 0.7986. I'm going to put a lot of decimals so that we don't have any rounding errors. Equals B divided by 36. Now, all you're going to do is cancel out the divided by. What is the inverse operation of division? Well, it's multiplication. So we'll do times 36 times 36. Again, I'm just going to my calculator doing 0.7986 times 36. And I get that the answer is about 28.75 equals B. Divided by 36 cancels with the times 36, and here's our answer. So there you go. We have figured out that the adjacent side is 28.75 inches long. Now, if you wanted to check your work, you could calculate the cosine again by doing 28.75 divided by 36. And what should you get? You should get the same thing that you got for the cosine. And if I do that on my calculator, I get the exact same cosine, 0.7986. So I know that my answer is correct. I hope that's helpful. There's a Khan Academy video I posted with homework number 6.5, if that is, if you want to look at a slightly different explanation. Otherwise, of course, you can ask me questions whenever. But this concludes this video and the Unit 6 review videos. Have a good day. Bye-bye.